Yabba dabba do. And we are with you. We are back. And this is Born a Musician.
He's a rhyming like a rapper.
Yabba dabba do. Yeah, that you won't see that happen out of Captain Hook, I'll tell you.
I saw you a little while ago.
Yeah, I used to break dance, but I can't do that anymore.
My name is Captain Hook, and I know how to cook.
That I can do. It
ain't no fluke.
But anyway, let me give you a little heads up of what's going on WDBF Radio this week. Because it's Easter week, and we're having a Tenebrae service at Feather Sound Church, and anybody that listens to WDBF Radio regularly knows that on Sundays that we have the Feather Sound Church service from the previous Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that day's service it comes on at 6 p.m. But we're going to do the Tenebrae service, which is the service for the Last Supper, is going to be, we're going to record it on Thursday night, and we're going to play it at 8 o'clock on Friday night. So we're going to have the Last Supper service on Tenebrae service on 8 o'clock on Friday night. So anybody out there that spiritually feels like worshiping a little bit and making peace and thanking Jesus for dying on the cross for us, I bring in a little bit of spiritual stuff into the radio business, because as you all get older and we all get older, we need to make our peace with the man upstairs. So anyway, we're back in the studio with Gina Lamont. Gina, that's one thing I wanted to ask you, because your music is spiritual, but
yeah.
Have you ever done any religious type of stuff, or
when I was
worship music?
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I went to all-girl Catholic schools. That's how I grew up, and I wound up in the choruses and singing, singing in high masses and all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that just sort of fostered my love for playing music, you know? Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what got me going in music, too, was playing the piano and playing organ and singing in the choir.
Yeah.
And then I had this...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had the band leader and the organ player. I was at that age to where my voice was changing and my voice cracked, and he flipped out. This guy, he was a gay dude, and back in those days, in the 60s, the gay dude. He was a flamboyant gay dude, and he looked up, get out, he flipped out, and he threw me out, and I said, fine. I don't need to be here anyway. And that was the end of my stint in the choir and all that sort of stuff. And I kind of didn't walk away from the church. I started going to Catholic church. At that point, I was in Episcopal church. But then, like the whole pomp and ceremony of the Catholic church, but, got away from the church, but just a few years ago, got reborn again, and became part of Feather Sound Church, and that place felt like home. And I do the sound at Feather Sound Church,
very
so cool. I'm there. You know what I mean? And it's when you're a part of something like that, it's bigger than life.
It really is. You know what? We all believe different things, and I think that when we find what really, really speaks to us loudly, it's crazy for us not to follow that.
Right. Right.
So that's beautiful.
But I hear so much of the spiritual nature in your songs, you know, like somebody's talking to you from on the other side, or what do you call it?
It's talking to you right now. I can tell.
A mythical.
I've never seen this side of you.
It's the big stuff, man.
Well, this is what when you get closer to the end, you start getting closer.
That's why I'm quiet over here. I'm checking them out.
You give me a plane full of atheists, and we'll convert them by the time they're in that flight ends. I'll tell you.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're going to play Ruby, and we'll come back and talk about it. awesome. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wow. I was saying during the segment there, during the song, and I was thinking to myself, it seemed like that was perfect for like a movie.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
And like a Braveheart or an old, Renaissance medieval type movie. Doesn't it seem like that to
Well,
me?
thank you. John was such an influence and an inspiration in the
Thank you, dear.
studio.
I'm
No, really. Really. I mean, he really helped flesh some of this stuff out to make it a little bit bigger than it was. And
Wow.
It was pretty amazing. We say what happens at
Thank you,
Rising
dear.
Sun stays at Rising Sun, but he was responsible for a lot of the stuff that happened on that and on Mojo. A lot.
Wow.
Through the whole project, really.
And that was just incredible.
Thank you very much.
The whole story, Now you talked about Morrigan's Nest.
Yeah, Morrigan is a Celtic death goddess,
Right.
and you usually see her as some kind of blackbird, like a raven or a crow.
Okay.
That's how she manifests. And I could just imagine, I was thinking about her, and I could imagine her, she likes the bloody souls. She'll take any soul, but she likes the bloody ones.
I hear the Celtic beat in there,
Yeah, you know what? I first wrote that song in 4/4 time.
Wow.
And I tried to play it out a few times, and it wasn't working. It was falling in the dust. And in the back of my mind, the crow is like pecking at the back of my head going, that's because you're not playing it in some Celtic rhythm. Try
Right.
that. And so I did. We did the 6/8 kind of thing,
Right.
and it came out, it was really nice.
Yeah, you had to put all those extra beats in there.
Or take one out every measure.
Yeah. It's all math.
It's all math. Sometimes the math makes the difference.
Yeah. Wow. I'm totally blown away, John. What do you got?
Well, I want to hear her play.
I do too.
I'm ready for
We've
it.
got a little bit of time.
We do?
Yeah, we're up against a break here right now, but we're going to go ahead and just move on past. Go ahead and
All right.
play us one more
We were
time.
talking about raccoons and camping. So I'm going to do something a little bit on the light side after all that heavy music.
Okay.
All right. My love, she baked me brownies to celebrate Ferris Wheel Day, and I dug in with much chagrin and ate 5 straight away. She baked them by the dozens, so there were plenty more, but ne'er would I have left 'em if I'd known what was in store. Oh, the elves, they owned the forest right where we stayed the night. With pointy ears and beady eyes, they planned their brownie heist. The elves, they loved their chocolate chips, our brownies made them weep. Those crafty elves, they waited until we fell asleep. They draped themselves in raccoon pelts, of fur and claw they dared, crept past our fire and lifted lids on all the Tupperware. They searched our campsite stem to stern, they found the goods she baked. They feasted and they drank our wine, left nothing in their wake. Oh, the sun came up, we stretched our limbs and spied on our ascent. 20 elves in raccoon pelts hung over by our tent. They stayed for beer and pancakes, then they staggered on back home. We promised to bring brownies the next time we would come. Oh, you never know how things will go, so bring enough to spare. Make it sweet and make it light and make enough to share. You never know how things might go when you begin your day. My love, she baked me brownies to celebrate Ferris Wheel Day. My love, she baked me brownies and the elves came out to play. My love, she baked me brownies to celebrate Ferris Wheel Day.
All right. Gina Lamont with us tonight, you guys. How about it out there? We'll be right back. You're listening to Born a Musician on WDBFradio.com.